April 11th, 2014. Well, hello there. My name is Vinay, and you guys know me as Wing Photography from Instagram. Today, we're going to see how I went from the first photo that I ever uploaded on Instagram to the most recent photo that I've uploaded on Instagram. This will be fun. Let's see the growth. Let's go. So, in the previous years of Instagram, when I started uploading, I was in my third year of college. 2014 would be third year of college, yes. So, I used to take photos of anything and everything. And I used to take more photos for the gram through my phone. And at that time, I had some Android phone. I don't even know which one. But I was more into street photography and stuff that I just saw around me. And basically, a lot of these initial posts are street, cars, buildings, play on light and shadow, stuff like that. The way that I've progressed all these years, it kind of shows in the way that I take portraits today as well. You will see a lot of light and shadow play, a lot of lines, silhouettes, black and white, color. You know, at that time, I had no idea what my Instagram was going to be about. I was just really intrigued to start posting and stuff, just to see how it is about. And yeah, just exploring color, exploring everything that I could as a hobby, as a passion to take photos and stuff. So let's go. So first photo was a black and white photo of lines, shadows, whatever I captioned it, the concrete jungle. Oh yeah, so in the start I used to absolutely love the theme of concrete jungle. So I used to try and take buildings with some sort of leaves or plants or greenery in it, and I tried to explore that concept a lot because I was in Singapore when I started doing all this Instagram stuff. Singapore's got a lot of beautiful buildings, a lot of great concrete jungle scenery to shoot, so I explored that a lot. Leaves and flowers, of course, water droplets. Oh, that's look cool. I used to always love taking photos of reflections, and this is pretty cool actually. I had no idea how to edit photos back then, so I'll just try and find some sort of grainy thing that I could find in the editing software. I think all these are edited on Picasa. Pretty sure a lot of you have also used Picasa for editing, but yeah, that's how I used to edit in the initial days when I started shooting. Random things. I had a lot of small figures and figurines lying around, so I used to go and take pictures of all of them. You'll actually see a lot of photos of small Lego superheroes and stuff, and cars. I used to love a lot of model cars. I do collect some. I have a few right now, but I don't collect them as avidly as I used to in Singapore. So at that point, I was just figuring out balance. This looks a lot like fires. I used to go around and explore, just see how things around me are placed in a way that sort of kind of makes sense to me. So I think I really enjoyed doing that, especially in college. So that was a picture from my college. Just a random, it's a little tilted and slanted, but oh well. Again, concrete jungle. This is my home. I used to love playing with converging images. So as you can see, there's actually the national monument of Jakarta, Indonesia. I am also from Indonesia, so this is the street I used to stay on. So the whole street lines up exactly, kind of putting your eye onto the national monument. I used to explore these compositions and frames a lot, and that's where I believe I've sort of built an understanding of the flavor of the kind of thing I like to see when I take a photograph. I told you, some weird black and white filter on a Batman Lego figure. Why the hell does he have swords? I don't know what this is. Bat Ninja. Okay. So all the stuff I think all of us have done, so it's alright. But as you can see, my editing was very HDR. The phones those days couldn't really do much, but hey, I actually like this. Some reflection going on, some nice light and play, some linearity. Actually, I framed this. You know, I used to love doing this. My college was in Singapore. It was a beautiful campus, and it had a lot of symmetry going, a lot of asymmetry going. And I used to love to explore that, or any time that I actually went to college to study. So there's again cars just playing with some symmetry and some tilt shift effect from Instagram. You know what I used to hate? I used to hate that Instagram only let you put one by one square photos. So a lot of these have been like, they have those white bars. So I could put the exact 3x2 or 4x3 photo that the phone took. Hey, that's me. So I used to do that a lot. I used to just take my phone out and take pictures of me taking a picture of my phone. Okay then, that was fun. Some Bat Ninja comes back. So I also tried some weird random stuff with me. You'll see a lot more photos of me here and there whenever I used to take photos in the earlier stages. So, oh, this is amazing. So at some point, I think at this point, I got the Nokia Lumia 1020. Is it right? Yep, Lumia 1020. So the Nokia Lumia 1020 was a very big game changer in my life. It was a great phone to begin with. It had a great camera. And I don't know, I think the phone just took images that had some fantastic output right out of the camera. And I just used to love taking photos with it. So that made me go out and take more photos, and I used to engage a lot with whatever was around me. And I used to just move around and take pictures of just random colors and frames, trying to understand balance. Something about this does not take your attention to the stairs or take your attention to the lockers. It just feels balanced the way that it's framed. I don't know what I used to think back then, but hey, you know what? These are not bad. Hey, picture of me. I don't know why I'm so angry, but yeah. This is the first portrait shoot I ever did with a friend. So, Nivi, if you're watching this is my friend Nivi Narayan from Singapore. And so, yeah, I mean, I think as I can gather, I was still pretty much into this whole filmic sort of edit back then as well. But I had no idea how to do this. This is some basic Picasa crap that I've thrown on this. But there's grain and there's some sort of nice tone going on. I'm impressed. Oh yeah, and pictures of my cars. This is like basically a black acrylic sheet. Put my Lamborghini Aventador, white background wall, and you get some nice cool ass reflections. Again, I had no idea how to edit it properly, so whatever I could do to make it interesting. There were 2 rainbows. I was just going out and exploring. You'd see random colors throughout the whole thing. There's some cross process going on, deep blue shadows, yellow highlights. But I was really, really, really into landscapes and cityscapes. So I used to find symmetry. I used to find whatever I could. Wherever I used to go, I used to always look up, because Singapore has amazing tall buildings. You look up, you'll see some really interesting things. Iron Man versus Batman, some Lego figure action going on, some sort of storytelling I think I was trying, I have no idea. Oh, there you go. This is one of my favorite shots taken from my camera. This is not from the phone anymore. And this was back in Kurukshetra, where I'm from, in Haryana. Again, this was also taken from my camera. So just used to love exploring balance and negative space also. You know? You can see a lot of negative space going on in there. I don't even know why, but it's there. Iron Man and some weird Iron Man thing as well. I used to buy these things just so I could take photos of them. Like, I had not much of an interest in what I could do, but I could find something cheap on sale. I would just buy it to take a photo of it. I think I found these dices to take a photo of as well. So this is something I did with the flash. At that time, I never really used a lot of controlled lighting, but I did have a flash that I bought. So I'm like, let's try and use it. Just throwing a dice and trying to take a photo of it. I think I was more creative back then. I would really try to use the things that I had around me and make the most of it. This is again, I used to love photos of, the landscape and scenery with birds in it. So I would wait. If there's a bird flying around, if there are a few birds flying around, I'll wait. I still do. There's something I still actually execute in my portraits. So if you see any of the portraits that I shot on rooftops, like this one, here are a few samples of that. And I always wait for the birds, because they will come in the frame and they will add element to it. So it's a bit of patience, but it works out. It adds good elements to your photograph. The first wide angle lens that I actually bought was a fisheye lens, because it was really cheap. It was about $300, which is about 15,000 rupees right now. That was the cheapest wide angle I could buy. So I bought that, and I used to just try and explore really wide frames, fisheye frames. I really liked this photo. I just went one day in the morning and there was some amusement park setup going on back in Jakarta. If you see really clearly, there's actually a man sleeping here. Just rested, exhausted after building everything behind him. Just some sort of storytelling again. I probably got that from street photography. I think I did a lot of natural processing back then. I kind of like it. Looks really nice. Very clean. Oh, I love this shot. This is also one of my favorite shots. Taken with fisheye in the center of the CBD in Singapore. and just all buildings everywhere, and they just converge right in the center. Now I started exploring minimalism. I think this is when I just found really, really small things and linearity and framing and composition, and I just try and push that wherever and however I could do it. Again, buildings in Singapore, this is just random cross that came through, and I looked up and I'm like, hey, that's a great photograph. This is taken from my phone though, I think. This is again the Singapore flyer and some more minimalism explored. This is from the Philippines, and this is from a moving car actually, and this was a JPEG image because when I went to the Philippines, I took my full frame camera, and the raw files did not open in Photoshop that time, so I was like, I'll just shoot JPEG, leave it, whatever. I could deal with it. So we're going back from our resort to the hotel, our resort to the airport, and then I saw these few kids playing soccer in the middle of, I don't know what this is, but it looked amazing, and I just grabbed 3-4 quick clicks from a moving car. Turned out pretty interesting. I think I was more frivolous and more excited, more curious as a photographer when I was doing all this. At that time it did not matter because I was not doing this to get money or get paid. I wasn't doing this for work. I was actually doing this to have fun. So it really changes the way you look at photography once you start making money from it. I used to try a lot of low-key stuff. Just asked my friend to hold a phone, and I just blackened everything out in Picasa. Some street photographies hanging around. Some random pictures of me. Instagrammable pictures of me. When I was in Singapore, I think I did the wrong thing, or maybe the right thing, I don't know. But I used to carry all the lenses I had everywhere I went. So I could take wide photos, tight photos like this with a telephoto as well. So yeah. I'm a SpongeBob fan. This probably encapsulates me in one very proper image. I'm a SpongeBob fan. I like photography. I hate taking pictures of myself, so that's weird. But yeah. Oh, not bad. Pretty cool. So I saw this photographer that shot photos of animals in their mid-lick, like their tongues just outside the mouth and stuff. Tried to do that with a cat that was around the college campus, and this is the closest I could get. I was very happy with the shot. This is my first Instagram meet, I think, these photos. So we went to the Gardens by the Bay location in Singapore, and it was a Sony meetup actually. It was all people with Sony phones that time when what was that phone? Xperia phones were really popular. Wow, I just forgot Sony also made phones. But their Xperia phones were really popular back then, Xperia Z1 and Z2. And that's when I had the Nokia Lumia, and I was just moving around with these Sony fanboys, and I had a Nokia in my hand. And these are the photos that I took, and I tagged them, and they were like, hey, no, good stuff, bro. Your Nokia is really cool. There's actually a picture of a kid just looking at the whole landscape. Good old days, good old days. Plus, living in Singapore, there's not much to do there, so you actually move around and you travel Southeast Asia. This is from our volcanic trek in West Java, I think. Yes. I absolutely love this place. This is the Mount Bromo. The smallest one over here is Mount Bromo, and the tallest one is Mount Semeru. I've trekked both of them, and these are basically volcanic sisters. About 5 or 7 volcanoes in this huge one frame itself. It's a beautiful place. Prambanan temples. Yep, just trying some silhouettes over here with my camera as foreground. Another Prambanan temples photograph. But I just saw something really cool. Check this one out. This is like a very black and white image, and that over there, as I previously mentioned, that's Mount Semeru that you can see from our hotel all the way there. So when we were waking up to go trek that, this is the photo that I took. It was a great experience. I think I really miss that. I think I miss being so engaged and involved in finding the story around me. Stop doing that. Apparently, the day that we went to see Borobudur over here, Mark Zuckerberg was at the same spot, at the same place, just 2 days before us. So, just missed. At that time, we were trekking a volcano. Our trip wasn't planned that way. It's not like we cared that Mark Zuckerberg was at Borobudur, but it's okay. Again, just some street photos. Minimalist in the Singapore flyer, just taking a picture of the flyer. And, I used to love framing photos on my phone. Now, I hate taking pictures of a phone, but yeah. There'll also be some random photos like this of an ice cream, completely out of whatever, but hey, you know what is my profile? I was just sharing an experience, sharing a feeling. I guess that's important too. I used to always love the silhouette of leaves and trees, and I saw this bird over here also. So I was like, let's grab a quick picture of that. Always used to explore and observe. I don't know what happened. Need to get out too. You know what? Start doing it. I think this video is an opening eye. We're gonna go and we're gonna take more street photos, open a street photography Instagram account, and get back to it. Let's do it. Write down in the comments below if you want to see me do more of that. Oh, and then at some point I had a weird ass mustache that I was growing. Good old times. Again, one of my favorite photos. We're going down, we're landing from a flight. I had to time this perfectly because I saw a building coming and I knew the plane's shadow was going to go on that building, taken from my phone. A lot of things that I see on a regular every day, but I'll go and take a different picture of it every time I could. This is the same building. Just tried to take it a little differently. Then I started exploring very, very dark places with the lights coming through and just very, like, you know, hints of the light reflecting on elements, taking you to converging to that point of light. Again, playing with light and shadows. See, at this point, all the images are just light and shadow play. So I used to pick one thing and I just explore it to the max of my ability. And I really enjoyed that. Again, a lot of pictures are from my phone. I know a lot of you want to try and buy new cameras and stuff, but I think starting off on your phone helps really build whatever you can do when you actually buy a camera. This was 6-7 years ago and the cameras were not that good back then. I luckily happened to have a decently good camera on my Nokia Lumia 1020. But what you have in your cameras today, you have a wide angle, you have a telephoto, you have everything. Go out and explore with your phone. And then perhaps plan to buy a camera when you feel that, you know, there is something really holding you back to take that or feel engaged in taking that perfect photograph that you can. This is again a picture of that same building from before, just taken a little differently. A lot of black and white. Oh wow, it's gone almost entirely black and white. But as you can see, I've started exploring landscape frames now. I stopped doing 1:1. I stopped doing portrait. I started exploring landscape cinematic frames at this point of time. There's actually a person down there, just had to time it perfectly. I saw a guy walking through the lights and I waited for him to come in the middle of the first one. Just basic converging cinematic shots. And I absolutely love doing that every morning that I woke up. I used to wake up to go and take photographs. Like, that is already a big difference in what I do now. A random picture of me that I edited in double exposure. I just wanted to try it out. This is a picture that I shot of a band while shooting events. Some random animals here and there. This is photos from India. The landscape photos from Singapore. A few more landscape photos from Singapore. The Singapore flyer shot again differently, now showcasing the city. So I'm just going to quickly go and fill up some more tea. Be right back. Alright, so we're back with some more tea. And my hair is doing that woohoo thing again. So let's set that up. Oh my god, okay. On National Day in Singapore, there used to be a fighter jet drive-by. And I wanted to find a different vantage point to take this photograph. So I found this place and I knew they were going to go drive by through here. And I quickly got this photo on my phone again. So what a phone can help you get, maybe a camera will never be able to do that for you. So yeah. I used to go and find that perfect spot to sit so I can get that shot of the fireworks and the skyline and everything in Singapore. Oh, at this point I had the LG G4. I had upgraded. So yeah. Whenever you buy a new phone or something, you absolutely love to go out, take it on a spin and go and shoot some interesting photographs with it. When I started shooting real estate and properties in Singapore, that was my first job. This was the first condominium that I went to shoot photos of the interiors. And I was like, hey, you know what? This is one of the most important photographs for me because this is when I actually began my journey into photography, into commercial photography. So yeah. This is when I realized, hey, you know what? I'm making money from photography now, so woohoo! See, as you can still see, not very much into portraits. I have more photos of myself than I have of people that I've shot. Some more portraits of my friend Soumya. Actually, another one went. So my friend Shivika shot her during a dance event, and I did some really low-key Picasa stuff on this, I think. I'm not really sure. This is when I realized I also love shooting events. I mean, I didn't really love shooting events, but events that had a lot of movement, it was really fun to capture moments during that. This was Taikuram Bridge that I shot in Singapore. Great band from the south of India. And I don't know, like the guitarists had some crazy ass energy, and I just absolutely loved engaging, shooting their content. That's when I realized I love events where a lot of movements happening. This is another Rath Yatra thing that was happening in Singapore. I just went to shoot for the organizer and got some more movement and play. Just tried to create my own stories the way that I create stories. So, yeah. At this point, I started getting into some minimal portraits. I'm like, you know what? People anyways come to my house to chill, so might as well take photos of them. It's okay. It's important. And then still more photos of myself, less photos of people. But yeah, so got into some minimal portraits here, just basic flash work, and I just whitened out the background. But then I realized, I kind of do enjoy shooting that. Then I asked one of my friends to ask one of her friends if he would like to shoot because he was a model. This is my friend Romit, and this is again some indoor flash photography that I did, trying out my basic thing. I think it worked out pretty well. Not bad at all. Then I started doing more portraits around. I tried to explore with people from other colleges just to get a hang of shooting people that I don't really know at all. Trying to explore my subject direction and stuff like that. Some artist photographs for DJs. Still a lot of street going on. Now I've somehow moved on to this very bright, pastel-y tone that I used to love from my LG G4. Still again going with linearity, less minimalism going on. But I think there's a lot of structure, complexity, and understanding of balance in these complex frames that I started to love really. Random selfie with Badshah, random photo I took of Badshah while shooting his event in Singapore. Oh, my first pre-wedding shoot. Just some normal thing. I had no idea what I was doing, but hey, you know what? It was an experience. Very basic, simple shots. I actually shot a pre-wedding for my friends in Jodhpur recently, and the photos of that will be coming up really shortly. So, tried something similar to this because I love minimal frames. I love exploring expressions, connection, and flow and organicness in the photos that I take. So their photos are something like that, something different from the usual pre-wedding photos that you see of couples and scenery. The first collab shoot that I did with another photographer friend of mine, and this was his friend. And I think this photo came out pretty interesting. There's some action going on, this candidness, and this good damn light. And that's when I started taking more portraits, more indoor portraits, friends of friends, friends of friends. But then I had only one thing to do. Like I had one basic preset I used to put on them. I had one way of shooting. I didn't direct them much. This is what they have done on their own. Trying to shoot motion, trying to shoot mid-shot portraits. Oh, I also had colored hair, by the way. I have colored my hair twice. It was this weird yellow thing, blonde, and then it was dark gray, and then it was green also for some time. But oh well. So slowly and gradually I started directing my models a little bit. Because of all the linearity and the lighting and the light and shadow and the balancing that I was learning through all the landscape and stuff, I was just applying that to shooting people. In a minimal background right now, because I was still exploring how to shoot people and make people look like people and not just some random subjects standing in front of a white wall. There has to be emotion, and I just tried to capture that. Tried using two flashes, then I bought another flash, tried to place them with some color gel concepts here and there. But at this point I knew that I really enjoyed taking photos of people and getting myself clicked, of course. More portraits incoming. Now I started going out with my friends and I started exploring how light and shadow plays outside of this white background indoor scene. So I started playing with natural light, finding the right time to shoot, the kind of light play that you can get shooting in shaded environments, expression, emotion, the kind of poses your model does in the kind of lighting there is and the kind of situation and scenery and environment they're in is very important. Again, this is when I came to India, and now most of this is stuff from India that I shot with people around. Again, keeping landscapes always key common factor wherever I used to go. This is in Delhi. This is some more photos of myself, of people that I know. Now I started getting a lot into portraits. Now with portraits, you can also see landscapes and street. You can see less white background stuff, more people around the place, environment, mood, expression. And that's how I started playing around with the beauty that is portrait photography. Getting to meet more people, shooting different people, wearing different things at different locations. I think this is where I started growing into portraits. This is actually the first brand deal that I did with Demosa stores. And it was pretty cool. This is when I met Vaishnavi for the first time, and we've been good friends ever since. And we've been shooting a lot of photographs recently too. So, it just progresses the way that you build your photography, the way that you build the environment of your photography truly does evolve over a period of time. So, yeah, I'm just amazed to see where I used to be and where we are right now. It's pretty cool. Again, more collaborations. This is Vikas. He was my ex-flatmate, also a great designer, and just take some great photos of him and his hair. So yeah, randomly in the middle of the night. So yeah, more collaborations. Now it's just portraits and different environments around Bombay and the people that are shot around these environments. So yeah, it's just portraits by now. just portraits. Different colors, different explorations, black and white. Try to play with expression, try to play with a lot of posing, and just getting to meet people and just. It's been a great ride. I think it's been a fantastic ride. Where we have come with colors, where we have come with composition, where we've come with just basic framing. I remember this photograph. I took this of Shivika back in Goa when we went on a trip. Why I think this is also a very important photograph in my life, in my photography career. So when I actually tried to play and tried to do some interesting color edit on the photograph, I very briefly remember me editing this image and I was like, hey, you know what, these colors look good. And then that's when I started really going out of my way to try and explore what can be done with color and framing. At this point, you can see these photos look very similar because they have a very similar grade to it. All the whites, all the blues, all the skin tones will look very familiar because it's a very similar preset. That's when I was just building up the preset and then tried out different things. This is what you guys probably have seen a lot in my profile, this brown color tone that I used to add to my portraits long back. Teal and orange, teal and brown, on the lines of that. All these portraits have that very similar color grade going on. And then I started venturing out into more greens. I started putting greens into my image to get that tone out of it. I remember editing this set of Vaishnavi that we shot at Asiatic Library, and I was like, damn, this is what greens can do to your photograph. This is what I have been seeing on the profiles of a lot of professional photographers, and this is how they get that thing. It's green. Green is a very important color that you can put into your photographs to give it that very rustic, earthy aesthetic. And that's when green started moving into a lot of photographs. Just moving around, collaborating with people from Delhi, people from Hyderabad, people from Bombay. I have genuine gratefulness to the people that I worked with, the people who have taken out time to work with me. It's been awesome. Thank you guys. So yeah, there you go. More portraits of people. And then when I could start calling in people to shoot and collaborate in the home studio that I built, that's when we started moving into more indoor shoots and try to express with color, expression. This is the personal series that I did, the 7 Deadly Sins. If you guys can check it out, that'll be awesome. So it's got videos and it's got photos, just my interpretation of the 7 Deadly Sins. So yeah, and here we are today, 20 hours ago, on the 9th of May 2021. So that was my journey, guys. That was my journey on Instagram, and that was basically 1400 photos that we just went through. It's been fun. It's been fun going from 0 followers to 26.5, and I am just eternally grateful that there are 26,000 people who have access to the work that I put out, and it's been fantastic how I have started. If you look at this current most recent photo that I put, it's got minimalism, it's got the linearity of lines, it's got the black and white play of light and shadow, it's got everything that I used to do, the green tones. This is how I've built after 1400 photos later, or 1400 posts. Actually, I've taken way more photos than that. I guess this is the way that I like to shoot. This is my style. And it started off with weird photos of Lego figures and cities and landscapes, travel. There's also an ice cream that we came through, a vanilla cone of ice cream. I think what you explore and what you experience around you really shapes the way that you want to take photographs and the way that you can take photographs. I believe in one thing. I believe the best photo that I will take is the one that I will take tomorrow. So I mean, just take the best photo tomorrow and then just keep doing it again and again, right? And soon you will be able to figure out this style that you enjoy shooting in, that you enjoy working through, how you have your years of experience of seeing things are going to come together to create the photographs that you do today. I believe just doing photography is not enough. You have to figure out something else, like learn the guitar, learn how to dance, learn how to swim, learn how to play a sport. All that is going to somehow significantly but subtly affect the way that you take photographs. And I will talk more of this merging of arts together to bring about your vision in another video of mine that I've planned. So wait for that and subscribe through, because then only you'll get to know when it's out. Or you can just follow my Instagram and you can figure it out from there, because I'll be posting about it there as well. So yeah, take bad photos, take good photos, take photos that you will never upload, take photos that you will upload 10 of, take whatever you can, shoot on a regular daily basis, take photographs every day. And it will soon start working for you. It'll soon hit you in the head like a thunderbolt. What you really like to shoot, what you want to shoot, how you're going to shoot it, it's all going to play out. So people who keep asking me advice about what can I do to improve, if my work is better, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether I say a work is good, whether I say a work is bad. At the end of the day, you have to sit in front of your work and say, I have become better. I don't care if my work is good. I don't care if my work is bad. I am thoroughly taking the best photograph tomorrow. And that's all that matters. So yeah. Anyways, hope you like this video. Follow me on Instagram. More YouTube videos coming through. And I also have started a podcast with my friend Anumeha. You can search us on Spotify. It's called Audi Poddy. We just talk about how we can, as artists, use social media, grow together, and do really cool things as artists on the social media platform. So check that out, and check out Instagram, check out all these things that I'm doing these days, because there is no work. The pandemic has really but anyways, I hope you guys are being safe. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Oh, wait. By the way, I know what the next video is going to be about this time, because I have shot a few videos this time. I'm just waiting to edit them. The next video is basically going to be how I edit this photograph and how I edited this photograph. 2 photos that you have actually appreciated on my Instagram, and 2 photos that you wanted to ask, how the hell did you edit this? You will get to know now. So, upcoming videos, 2 videos for sure, editing. Boom! See you.